What do you do when trust breaks in silence? It started with a phone call, late, urgent, and trembling. Bro, I need to see you. Now. That was Liam. We'd been friends since high school, and I'd never heard his voice like that before, cracked open by something raw. I stepped outside into the chilled evening air, pulling my hoodie over my head. Before leaving, I turned and called up to the second-floor window, where my wife, Natalie, was folding laundry. I'll be right back, I told her. Liam needs me. She gave me a half smile and a thumbs up, probably assuming it was something minor. But as I reached the curb, I spotted Liam already waiting, pacing near his car like a man trying not to implode. A cigarette trembled between his fingers. She's cheating, he blurted the second I approached. Caught her tonight. With some guy from work. He looked at me like I had answers. I didn't. Man, I'm probably the last guy you want advice from. I've never been through that, I admitted helplessly. Just, maybe try to let her go. Find someone real. Someone solid. Someone like Natalie. He gave a dry laugh, a sound that wasn't laughter at all, and nodded. Somehow, that bare-bones pep talk gave him something to hold on to. He stopped shaking. That moment passed. A few days later we had a long weekend coming up, Veterans Day. My childhood crew, 5 of us total, decided to rent a cabin near the lake. A steam room, tons of space, and no wives. Just like old times. When I told Natalie about it, she seemed totally okay. Go have fun, she said, smiling as she stirred something on the stove. You deserve a break. The next morning, Liam picked me up and we hit the grocery store with the others. We overdid it, of course, snacks, beer, steaks, more beer. By afternoon, we were en route to the cabin, laughter echoing off the windows, old music playing through cheap speakers. That night, the drinks flowed, and so did the conversations. We sat around the fire pit, sharing old stories, complaints about work, memories of dumb things we did in our 20s. Eventually, the topic shifted, dangerously, to women. More specifically, wives. I listened quietly as the others spoke about tracking locations, checking texts, testing loyalty. Women cheat more than men these days, one of them muttered, too casually. Another chimed in. You can't trust a wife too much. That's how they take advantage. I laughed and shook my head. Come on. Natalie's not like that. I don't go through her phone. I don't even think about that stuff. What's the point of a relationship without trust? The room went quiet for a second, then burst into laughter. You're a good man, Ethan, someone said. Too good. Their words settled in my bones like cold water. I shrugged it off and changed the subject, but the seed had been planted. The next morning, after a restless night, I decided to head back early. Something felt off. I told the guys I had promised Natalie I'd be home by midnight, and I wasn't about to break that. They tried to convince me to stay. I didn't. During the cab ride home, I tried calling Natalie. No answer. I tried again. Nothing. Third call, she picked up. Sorry, babe. I was cooking and the phone was on silent. You okay? Her voice was cheerful. Familiar. I'm good. Just tired. I'll be home soon. Good. I'll have something warm waiting for you. That should have been the end of it. But it wasn't. When I walked through the door a few hours later, she ran into my arms like I'd been gone a year. Her smile, pure and wide, hit me like a wave. And for a second I thought, my friends are full of it. This woman loves me. There's no way she's hiding anything. We ended up in the bedroom soon after. It was intense, like we'd rediscovered something. She curled into me afterward, dozing peacefully on my shoulder. But I couldn't sleep. That seed my friends planted had sprouted. Something in me cracked. I stared at her phone on the nightstand. Felt like a dare. I'd never even touched it before. But something, call it instinct or paranoia, urged me on. Picked it up. Wipe. No password. Then I saw it. An unfamiliar icon tucked in a folder called Tools. Opened it. It was a dating app, under a fake name, but her pictures were unmistakable. Dozens of messages. Explicit chats. Arranged meetups. Fresh messages from earlier that very day. I dropped the phone like it burned me. Breathing became impossible. My hands shook as I stormed around the room, yanking her clothes from drawers, stuffing them into bags. I didn't care about neatness. I wanted it all gone. As the first pale light of morning crept through the blinds, I lined her bags by the door and stood over her. She stirred, smiling as she reached for me. I stepped back. "Get up," I said coldly. "What? Why?" I shoved her phone toward her face. Her eyes widened. Then the lie. "That's not me. That's my friend's account. She was just borrowing my..." "Stop." My voice cracked like a whip. I pointed at the door. "You lied to me. For years. Out." She begged, sobbed, tried to explain. I didn't care anymore. She left in tears. I sat on the couch, numb. That morning her mother called, screaming through the phone. Hung up. That part of my life was over. The following weeks were surreal. I expected my friends to mock me, but they didn't. They stood by me. Helped me get through the divorce. Even tried to set me up with other women. I wasn't ready. Not even close. Then one day, months later, my phone lit up. Name: Ethan. "I'm pregnant." I laughed. I couldn't help it. "Not my circus," I said. But she insisted. Claimed the timing lined up. That it was mine. For years, I had dreamed of becoming a father. Hearing those words should have filled me with joy. Instead, I felt nothing. I barely spoke to her during the pregnancy. At the 8-month mark, I called to offer support, just in case. Her response: "I already found someone else. He's the baby's father now." Paused. Then, "Thanks for being honest." And hung up. That was the last time we ever spoke. Months later, I rang in the new year at a packed restaurant with the guys. There were dancers in sparkly red outfits, dressed as Santa's helpers. They twirled around the floor like firecrackers. After their routine, I approached a couple of them, mostly as a joke. But they laughed at my dumb jokes and agreed to join our table. We drank, danced, shouted countdowns, lost track of time. I woke up the next morning tangled between two of them, still wearing half my clothes. And for the first time in a long, long while, smiled.